Okay. Wow. 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 Motherfucking wow. This fucking company. Oh boy, where do I even begin? This is probably one of the worst. Do I even want to say it was one of the worst pay-per-views of the year? Do I? Or what? I don't even know where to begin. Wow. Holy shit, this was bad. This was so fucking bad. Well, the main event and other stuff too. Oh God, I got so much. You want to talk a pay-per-view that is literally had no build, honestly, for most of these matches. Listen, literally only 3 matches mattered on this show tonight. And 2 of them, 2 out of 3 were actually good. But honestly, the rest of this show is almost meaningless in a way. A lot of it was. Filler. Lots of this show was filler. I am glad this show ended at about 9 something tonight. Because it's almost 9:30 right now. Because by God, how long did that main event was going to go? Because I swear to God, if it did not end soon enough, I just don't know. Okay, I do not know. Personally, this is the... I don't even know a word for this. I just say this. This company never learns. A lot of these idiots in the back don't learn. Because this is what happens when you don't build any other matches up for a pay-per-view. But you focused on all the chips and put it on SmackDown last Friday. Which didn't even turn out well. That also too. Now it's the Fox debut. And I look at this show tonight for Hell in a Cell wondering what... Listen, like I said, this show peaked very early on. We're going to get into all of that because where do I even begin? Where do you even begin? Because first, I'm going to welcome everyone to my Hell in a Cell review number 1. Was it Sacramento, I believe? California, if not mistaken. And by God, this show just... Yeah, Sacramento, California. This show was just, I don't know. Because I missed the pre-show. And I'm glad I did. Because I did not care about the pre-show match. And I'm just glad I missed it. I know some people said it was okay. But in all honesty, I asked any of you people. Who do any of you care about seeing Lacey Evans versus Natalya? I sure didn't. So I'm glad I missed the pre-show. Because it didn't matter. And by the time I did look up the pre-show, it was only setting up for another match that was added randomly on this pay-per-view tonight. What is this? I'm sorry. Maybe someone tell me this show sucked. Hello. But this was not a good out, okay? I had to get doing my phone call first. But, yes. As I was saying about the pre-show, I didn't care. And, you know, it's funny. When I heard later in the night, they said that, oh, you're going to get Lacey Evans versus Natalya again, but now it's a last woman standing match on Monday Night Raw tomorrow. You know what my answer is to that? Somebody go get the motherfucking strap. That's my answer to that, okay? Get the strap. Just get the freaking strap for that match, alright? Just please, I'm like 50, man. Get the strap, alright? Nobody wants to see this. I'm glad I didn't see it tonight. And now you gotta put people again through this and watch it tomorrow. Who gives a shit, okay? Nobody don't want to see Natalya versus Lacey Evans no more. And you know what's... Oh, you know what the best part is? I forgot to mention. 50-50 booking. Lacey Evans wins last Monday. Tonight, Natalya wins again and puts a woman's right on her. So what do I have to say? 50-50 booking. That's what I have to say about that. 50-50 booking, folks. That's what I can get from this. That's how bad it was, alright? But now you want to put a last woman standing match tomorrow. So yeah, get the motherfucking strap, okay? But other than the bullshit of the pre-show, we only going to get to the only good parts out of the night was kicking off with the Hell in a Cell match, the women's match. I personally do not like the red cage. I didn't really like it last year, and I still don't like it now. The stage was a little different. I didn't really mind, to be honest. This was one of those, it's not bad, it's not good, I just don't really care. At least it's not the same Raw SmackDown stage like they've done in the past, but, you know, did it really fit the theme? Not really, so it looked okay. I'll just give it that. It looked okay. And it was pyro at the beginning. But we did kick off with Sasha versus Becky. Becky, of course, had a smoke machine out there. Honestly, this was probably the best match out of the night by default. So, personally, I still think it was like a street fight throughout this entire match. Did they use the cage? Yes, they did. Even before the match even began, even lowered the whole sail. Sasha attacked Becky, pretty much fought her to the outside of the ring. Then, before as the cage hit the ground, Sasha kept taking her out, but Sasha ran into the cage a couple times, finally entering the cage, pretty much taunted and gloated a little until Becky got into, to the cage, and they were still by ringside, and Becky did slam the door into Sasha's face, but excuse me, into Sasha's face then, as they still brawled around the ring. They were trying to lock the cage door, but Becky took the chain from the referee and started using it to hit Sasha as a weapon with her fist. The cell was still never locked yet. Becky even pretty much had a table from underneath the ring, so of course you're going to see a lot of tables, chairs, and ladders in this match too. She eventually did get the chain back to the ref to lock the door in. But yes, so what do? We had lots of chairs and finishes, which was a lot of crazy stuff going on in this ring. Because Sasha did hit her with the chair at one point, and even Becky pretty much got her right back after that. Sasha tried to hit it with several pins, did not work. Pretty much as the chair was kind of like upside down in the ring, Becky pretty much slammed Sasha's face into it as upside down, but then did a running bulldog on top of her. Then after that, coming right back with exploder suplex at ringside, then into the cage then itself. There was a ladder set up right by the cell. Well, at the end of it, Sasha doing a big meteor, a lot of meteors through this match too. A big meteor onto the ladder, onto the cage wall, which I thought that looked pretty cool. I will say that there. The door, like I said, was locked. Sasha came back in, pretty much had another chair in, and it was kind of stuck in between the cage. Let that be a note, because you're going to see that later on too. One thing they had going on, Becky, what did Becky do? She had a chair set up. She had a chair set up, but she took these kendo sticks, right? And I thought this looked pretty cool. These, what was it, like a kendo stick, and I don't know if I'm on that part yet, but I'm trying to get to a lot of these spots, because there was a lot of crazy spots in here, like I said, from the exploder to the cage, to the drop toe hold on the chairs then, which looked kind of deadly. Becky, one thing I did like, Sasha had the bank statement, but Becky was able to roll out of the ring. Then after that, Becky hit a big missile drop kick on Sasha and pretty much into the chairs. Then after that, pretty much then right after, Sasha had some kendo sticks, stuck it in between the cage. Like I said, this is where it kind of comes out to the whole cage thing. We're going to get to that. But they take the kendo sticks, right? And Becky did this. So it's like she had to make it, like, put some support on. The chair stuck in between the cage. But she put the, 3 or 4 kendo sticks through the holes, setting it right up there, pretty much sitting it down for her to, get ready to, I guess, put someone into the chair. But with the chair sitting right there, she put Sasha in the chair, and Becky was on the apron, pretty much did a big drop kick onto the chair. Sasha was sitting on it, pretty much. It was a good creative spot, I will say that, and pretty much, drop kicked her into the cell then with it. So I did like that. It was a pretty cool spot. Fans chanting, "Holy shit, this is awesome." They were in the ring then. After that, Sasha hit a backstabber, and pretty much they went for a suplex then that she was going to go. But this is when they were on the chair then. Becky pretty much got out of it. Becky looked like she was pretty much punching Sasha from the top. I guess she was going to suplex her onto the table, but Sasha knocked her off. Pretty much then hit a meteor on the table then. But to get a 2 count, though, Sasha got a kendo stick then, pretty much put over Becky's head and, did the bank statement. But like I said before, Becky got out of there then. And pretty much Sasha had her back in the ring. She had several chairs inside the ring then. Lots of chairs to put her, pretty much bury under it. Hit her in the arm. Well, hit the chair into her arm to put more damage on it then. But Becky got up. Pretty much hit Sasha with the chair then after that. Exploded her onto the chairs then. went for the disarmer, and Sasha tried to get out of there, but she tapped out then as Becky Lynch retained the Women's Championship, as they showed Sasha pretty much crying as she walked to the top of the stage then. Number one, this is probably the best match out of the entire night, like I said before. B, another thing to add is this. Some people are already saying this, that Sasha's pretty much going to SmackDown, assuming, because do I feel Sasha should have lost this match? Some say no, because it was the second time, and she could have been the one to take the belt off Becky, because I don't know who else is going to. But with this draft coming, maybe something different could happen from this. But I can see people's point when they're saying Sasha did not need to lose this match. But I guess they should, make Becky look strong at the same time, too. Because either A, it won't make no sense, because if she's going to SmackDown, that'll be a different story. But if she's staying on Raw, why would she give another title shot against Becky? Because this is the second match now. I know the last one was by, a horrible DQ finish. But this was now decisively. This was in a Hell in a Cell. Honestly, I like calling these Hell in a Cell street fights nowadays, because you're going to see a lot of weapons. A lot of people need chairs or kendo sticks or whatever weapon they can pull from out of the ring. So that's why I called it a street fight at one point. But this was one of the best match, like I said, the best match out of the entire night, which was great. I know some people say Becky may be going to SmackDown, but I highly doubt it. If she's the one holding the Raw Women's title, she's on Raw, so they'll most likely keep her on Monday Night Raw. But next, a match change technically, which now this is what I was surprised to see, because next was Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan versus Harper and Rowan, and this is what was strange to me. Number one, I was a little bit surprised that the Hell in a Cell match was first, the women's one, but I guess we want to start off hot. But like I said before, when you have only like 3 matches that were honestly the only ones that was advertised with any build to this, why would you put 2 of those matches back to back from each other? Okay, that's what I was going to surprise. You think you would have seen this tag match later on, but no. People wondering how you're going to follow that Hell in a Cell. We're just going to put the next match that probably has a lot of hype to it right after. Because Roman came out, Pyro, which, come on, should anybody be surprised by that? We got to give the big guys Pyro around here. But he had Pyro, he tagged with Daniel Bryan and against Harper and Rowan. This was a fun match. I did enjoy this match, though. Very chaotic. It's a tornado tag. It's going to be a lot of crazy stuff going all over the place that you don't know what's going to happen. Harper and Rowan, I think they had a good match out there. Now, I was a little surprised who won this match, because looking back on SmackDown, I figured who was going to win. But looking tonight, I guess it was going to be different. I did kind of like when they got to the announce table. Rowan taking a barricade, knocking Roman over the barricade using the barricade. They were about to powerbomb Bryan on the tables, but Bryan hit a Hurricane Rana off of Harper. Like I said, it was 3 tables right off the bat there, too. Also, by the way, now I'll get to that part in a second. But, they pretty much hit the Hurricane Rana on them. Roman comes in with a big spear on Eric Rowan through the announce table, then taking him down. Harper's the only one back in the ring. He powerbombed Bryan pretty much from the ropes, got him for the cover. But as he went for Bryan then, Harper tried to come back with his, a spinning clothesline or a discus, it looked like. Pretty much Bryan dodged it. Roman comes in with the Superman punch. Bryan hits a running knee, and Roman Reigns hits him with the spear. Great combo finish for the end, beating Harper and Rowan. Pretty much Bryan offered a handshake then, as Roman did also, which he accepted. But pretty much they hugged instead of shook hands as the fans chanted yes. And raised their arms as Reigns walked to the back then. But a fun tag team match, like I said. Fun tag match. Probably one of the best things out of the night. Very chaotic. Now, did I expect Daniel Bryan to turn on Roman and be part of the whole Harper and Rowan thing? Possibly. I kind of expected that at one point. I really did, but it did not happen. So, Roman and Bryan, they went over clean. They pinned Harper. Well, I wouldn't say clean, it's a tornado tag, but they went over it. And I'm assuming this feud is over at this point, because I don't understand any other point to move it on. Unless now, because if it's over now, you might as well put Harper and Rowan on another show, because there'd be no point continuing this whole Harper and Rowan versus Roman and Bryan match. So I'm just going to assume this whole story is over and we're going to move on after this. But after that, the show peaked from at this point. It really did. It peaked. Because everything else now was matches that were pretty much told today with no build at the last 5 minutes. So that's honestly what you got. Really. You really did. Most of everything you see from this point on tonight, filler. All filler, just to kill time and just to get through the show. Because what do we have here? Randy Orton versus Mustafa Ali. Why is this a match? Because Mustafa Ali and Orton had some backstage segment, so that's why the crowd honestly could not really care for this match. But yeah, I will say one thing, like everyone else said, Randy Orton looked bored as hell when he came to do this match, and honestly, look on his face, could tell. Now listen, was this a solid match? Yes, it was. But it's just random, really. It really is. It's here to be here, okay? Like, come on. Like, who did you really think was going to win this match? Because I'm like a lot of other people. Was Randy Orton really going to put over Mustafa Ali? Not really. And then again, I kind of think Orton needed the win just because of the whole him losing to Kofi and everything. So I guess he needed a win on his back one way or another. And then again, Orton's supposed to be the heel, right? So the fans look like they were just waiting for RKO to happen. That's why they started chanting RKO several times. Because, I mean, they only just wanted to see an RKO and they just wanted to see Orton win. And I was kind of getting to that point too. The only reason why some people thought Randy Orton was going to win, somebody said it would have been probably by punishment just because of the whole Call of Duty thing he did on Twitch. I think one, because he did praise AEW and did he said nigga on there. I don't know if the... Yeah, I looked it up. Like some people say it wasn't a racist term, but I don't know, I had no business saying it, but he did praise AEW, so I don't know. But honestly, this match was whatever, okay? Randy Orton won. The only thing that looked cool is when he hit the RKO. Mustafa Ali dodged it the first time. And, he did that handstand thing, which, Orton looked kind of surprised to see that. But basically right after then, Mustafa Ali went for that rolling like DDT he does, but Orton dodged it, hit the RKO, and it's over. Okay, so this was just to eat up time. That's basically what this was, and the crowd just they just fell off of that. So yeah, they just fell off. All right. So yeah, Kane. When I say Kane, Orton was gonna go over because Randy Orton goes over. All right. What is the next match for this? Oh yes, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Alexa Bliss gets pyro. Why? Why do you people think why?
One biscuit has 0 micrograms of alcohol.
Alexa, stop. That is strange, but yeah, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Yeah, that's who they went against. Asuka and Kairi Sane, that horrible Kabuki warrior name and stuff. But what do I have to say about this match? Once again, this is now another random match that's on this show, and I possibly couldn't care. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, man. I walked away from this match for several minutes. I went to get a piece of cake, because it was like my mom's birthday, and we had she had a great birthday cake. If any of y'all have had lemon fluff cake out there before, it's really great. But I came back midway through this match. I just don't care about the tag belts. I didn't even know this was for the tag titles, to be honest, till I saw the finish. But the only thing I really did care about was a little of the finish because it was Nikki Cross in, and pretty much Asuka was there. She spit green mist into Nikki Cross, kicked her, and got the pin. So Kairi Sane and Asuka are now the new women's tag team champions. Even though the ref did kind of see the mist, which didn't even bother to do anything about it. I know he didn't see it first, but then he looked back in the ring and did the pin. So, Asuka and Kairi Sane won. Some people saying, was this a heel turn? I couldn't tell who was the face or the heels in this match. I would have just said that Bliss and Nikki Cross are the heels because it's Bliss, but I guess they're faces or something. Listen, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at anything. It's cool that Asuka and Kairi Sane won, but what does this really benefit, man? There is no division. There is no competition. Why did they even get a title shot to begin with? Which what Bliss and Nikki Cross already beat them. What tag teams do you have to face? There's no one really here, and I feel like we've seen the match same many times. Are they gonna now put them against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville? Maybe. I don't know. Is Asuka gonna have some change now since she used Mist? Because the only reason why I feel like they won these titles now, either A, some people are already saying it could be the AEW effect, because honestly, what is Asuka and Kairi Sane doing around here? Personally, I said kill the tag belts. I've said it many times. I'm still behind my idea. I don't even understand the point of this whole women's tag team division anymore. It's a failure. It tried, and they just failed. Okay, it's not good. It's not getting over. It's crap. All right, it's basically. It's really bad. No one cares about these belts. They're meaningless. They just, no one cares. Okay? These belts mean nothing. Alright? Do I really think Asuka and Kairi Sane are going to change anything in this? I don't think they are. Not really. Honestly, anyone that's had these belts now at this point, has there really been any difference in this division? Has it? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm really not seeing it, alright? So, where do you want me to go along with this? Because I'm not seeing any real type of change in this whole women's tag division. So, I'm still behind my idea of killing the belts. Then again, I'm just surprised there was even a title change even on this show. So, can this go somewhere? Not really. In my honest opinion, not really. What's next? The OC, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. Makeshift Bullet Club versus the Viking Raiders and a mystery partner. Who's their mystery partner? Braun Strowman. I couldn't have cared less about this match. Honestly, I've seen the OC versus the Viking Raiders, War Machine, Hanson and Rowe, whatever we're calling them right now, so many times. I do not care. And honestly, I've seen a 6-man tag with most of these guys, and I do not care. Only difference is that you traded Cedric out or anyone that's ever tagged with the Viking Raiders, War Machine, or whatever, and put a third person in. So this is basically the same match you would have seen on Monday Night Raw thousands of times already, or many times. And putting Strowman on this didn't work. And what's even worse about this is it ends in a DQ finish. It ends in a DQ finish. Because what? Gallows and Anderson saved AJ from getting slammed, and they start beating up Strowman, and the referee rings the bell. Where was the DQ? Why was it a DQ? And then what happens after that? The War Raiders or whatever. Don't get me wrong, they moved great in the ring, and yeah, they took Gallows and Anderson out with some suicide dives and stuff. But after that, AJ Styles does a phenomenal forearm, but Strowman pretty much one-punches him, because we got to push this Strowman versus Tyson Fury match now, because Fury's going to be on Raw tomorrow night to say something. He has an open mic, so we got to build this match up. So what do? Let's make the United States champion look bad out there, okay? And get knocked out by Braun Strowman with one punch like he was the big... Oh, Strowman's the Big Show now. That's what you know how Big Show used to do the weapon of mass destruction punch? That's what he is right now. He does one punch. One punch. That's it. And it's a knockout punch now. So he's basically the Big Show. That's basically what Braun Strowman is right now. I don't know why they're building this Tyson Fury match. I don't even know what it's going to go to. I doubt they stretch this all to WrestleMania, but I don't know. They just try and get their little Sports Center, ESPN, highlight Fox thing, because, hey, you know that was a big thing, especially on SmackDown last Friday. That was going to get through all the sports networks, media things. So, yeah, Tyson Fury versus Braun Strowman, we still got to build it. But honestly, just a very weak finish, just bad, and I would not be surprised if this match was even on Raw tomorrow night, because it's just going to be a rematch for whatever. But the fact that it was a DQ finish for literally no reason made no sense to me. We then went to the Street Profits. Of course, they got to hype up the show in the draft. What happens next? R-Truth and Carmella start running. They crash into the Street Profits. Tamina rolls up Carmella, become the new 24/7 champion. Next thing you know, Tyler Breeze is standing in Tamina's way. Tamina just knocks the crap out of Tyler Breeze to the ground. I guess he was probably devising a plan on how to pin her, but it didn't work. And Tamina ran off with the title then. Truth got up saying, what happened to the belt? As him and Carmella look confused, they asked the Street Profits, where's the 24/48 7-Eleven belt? Which way did they go? Like it was some Looney Tunes cartoon, and this was Bugs Bunny trying to find his way all the way to Albuquerque or somewhere, or asking, or Elmer Fudd probably asking Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck in disguise, saying, "Which way did the wabbit go? Which way did the wabbit go, huh?" He went that way. No, he went that way. 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 That way. That way. They went that way. So I head upstairs, you head downstairs. That's how it's gonna go. So yeah, the chase continues for the 24/7 belt. Another rematch, which I've seen for the third time now. Honestly, these two have had better matches in the past, but what do we do tonight, huh? Let's redo the King of the rematch. Corbin, the King of Waiters versus Shorty G, which they're now using my idea, I see, or Shorty Gable, they're calling him now instead of Shorty G. Corbin comes out. Of course, he's got to get heat with Sacramento, making fun of the Sacramento Kings. And, short jokes. And talks about what happened with The Rock on SmackDown, which, by the way, the fans started chanting STD throughout this match. So they do listen to anything The Rock says. And now he has dubbed Gable as Shorty Gable. Graves and Cole called him Shorty Gable throughout most of the entire show, since it was a match, since, they were on commentary and over Renee Young, which I feel like it's refreshing to see. I gotta say, it is refreshing without Renee Young, though, for some reason. It really is. No more bickering and stuff. I personally didn't think she was that great on commentary anyways, but in my opinion. But, the interviewing, I think, works better. So, yeah, Graves and Cole, until they probably get a third person anyways. But a lot of this match was Corbin on the offense, really. Gable kind of going from under. Pretty much Gable was able to get the win because Corbin tried to get his scepter and everything to hit him with, but Chad Gable ducked. He got the roll-up pin, and even Greg Hamilton had to announce him, "Here's your winner, Shorty Gable." So that's what we're calling them. The bad short jokes continue for Chad Gable. I have no idea, but don't get me wrong, I called him Shorty G myself, but I didn't think they were really going to go throughout with this idea. So honestly, pay me, because I did come up with that Shorty G name, except they were calling him Shorty Gable. Or probably I was already beaten to it, but I've been calling him Shorty G for a while now, alright? But yeah, just another rematch. Like I said, filler, kill time. Next, Charlotte versus Bayley for the women's title. Charlotte gets pyro, but what do? We go through all the broadcast teams, the international teams, but what happens? Tamina runs through the broadcast tables with Truth chasing them. She used Funaki as a shield. Truth and Funaki start doing a lot of these kung fu-like poses. I already know how bad that looked. And then Funaki was kind of like, bring it on, which for a minute I'm like, Funaki's going to win the 24/7 title. Well, it's been a while since I've seen the guy in a ring. Don't get me wrong. I know Taka Michinoku is in New Japan, and he's in Suzuki-gun and stuff, and I like his stuff better in New Japan than, he did in WWE, especially his intro with Zack Sabre Jr. But, yeah, Funaki was about to do something, but Tamina pretty much pushed Funaki into Truth. She turned around. Carmella super kicks. Truth pins her. Wins the belt. So what, 20 times the 24/7 title. We had to get that in. But then this match with Bayley and Charlotte, honestly, I don't know. I didn't really care a lot. It ended up with I don't know. She just ended up losing. Figure 8. Charlotte wins. I think her mouth was bleeding at one point. 10 times the champion, Charlotte. Woo! The new Ric Flair, people. 10 times in under 4 years? I think somebody wrote online tonight. She will beat Ric Flair's record soon enough. It's coming. So yeah, another belt for Charlotte, folks. Bayley, can I even say she's already buried? Bayley's been buried. Her title reign meant nothing. The only thing you can count from her title reign is that she used the Money in the Bank to cash in. But other than that, was Bayley's title reign really ever good? No. Unfortunately, the match with Moon didn't go out well, and that should have been better at SummerSlam. You put her in that horrible feud with Bliss and Nikki Cross that looked like crap. And then what? She was pretty much then second banana to Sasha then, even though I didn't mind Bayley being heel with Sasha, but a lot of times they kept getting the crap kicked out of them near the end half the time, especially being on the retreating end. So it's like somebody told me Fox, they're really pushing. Come on, we've seen Charlotte in a lot of these Fox commercials, so a lot of people believe this was a Fox move because we've seen commercials with Charlotte, and it's like somebody told me that's why they've been hyping Brock up so much. So that's when we already know what happened on SmackDown. I'm not gonna go back into the whole Brock thing again. So they want them to be the top things on the show for SmackDown, which is Brock and Charlotte. So yeah. Could this be a Fox move? I am not surprised. And then again, I'm not even surprised Charlotte even won the belt. Was this match made in the last second of this show? Yes, it was. But I don't know, man. And then they just got Bayley throwing a tantrum pretty much the outside, even though they said she apologized to the referee at one point. But she started kicking the stairs and everything. And just like Sasha from earlier tonight, she starts to cry, okay? And I don't know, man. Bayley and Sasha, I don't know. It's kind of ironic you see both of them cry at the end of their matches too, so something about that. I don't know why, but it was just something about that. But yeah, Bayley, they continue to bury Bayley again. Where does she go from here? I don't know. I got no clue. I really don't. Alright, so what happens, I'll never know. But yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, Charlotte, 10 times the champion. Caleb Braxton interviewed Chad Gable. He said, you can make the short jokes because I beat Corbin tonight. But Corbin attacked him after and then left Gable on the ground. And then we get to the main event. Oh boy, this is going to be a lot to talk about. This was god-awful. This main event. Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, Hell in a Cell, Universal title. Champion comes out first. Bray Wyatt gets his big entrance. It looks cool. Severed heads, the red lighting. I like it. It looked great. But then we get to the match itself. I'm wondering, when did Sin Cara come back to the WWE so we have Sin Cara lighting? It's like everybody said about this match tonight. It looked like a Virtual Boy system from Nintendo. And I didn't even know what a Virtual Boy system was tonight, okay? I didn't grow up that early in Nintendo, okay? So this is way before my time, before I was even born. So I didn't even know what a Virtual Boy was before tonight. So that's way before my time, pretty much, because everybody was saying that online tonight. And then I looked up what it was. I'm like, okay, I can see why this was a Virtual Boy. But why did the red lighting see through this match? Did it look cool in a way at first? Yes, but I'm sure for everyone watching the arena tonight, it had to be very jarring, very difficult to watch. Listen, I already thought it was difficult to watch when they had the red cage, but what do you want to do? Let's add some more red to it. More red. Lots and lots of red. Red lighting. And this made no sense. I'm like, why are we doing Sin Cara lighting now for these matches? He ain't in here. I thought we got past that stage already. But this was difficult to see this match. It was, some people say there was a lot of storytelling in this. Especially how Wyatt was getting up after, doing moves after Seth doing moves on him. Seth hitting him with a kendo stick. Wyatt no-selling the kendo stick. Wyatt pretty much taking him down with a Uranagi. Rollins pretty much rolled the ringside then. And, Wyatt threw him in the cage a couple times and stuff. It's like Rollins was trying to do his best to get away from him several times because it was like a horror movie with him being chased. There was a table in the ring. He used the steel steps to hit Wyatt with it. The table was inside. He hit a suicide dive on Wyatt throughout the cage. He tossed Wyatt into the steps, and then the table was inside. He pretty much hit a big splash on him onto the table. Which, Wyatt kicked out. Wyatt was back up then right after that. Like I said, he was like getting up like he was Taker then. He went for Sister Abigail because after Rollins did the first curb stomp, pretty much it was a 1 count. Sister Abigail, Seth Rollins did kick out. Wyatt started, choking him then several times. But what does Bray Wyatt do next? He grabs a giant mallet out the ring. Like someone told me tonight, my friend Steven. He is now Harley Quinn getting a giant mallet hammer, but he used it to kill Ramblin' Rabbit. He shoved the hammer into Seth to the cell, the cage wall and everything and stuff. But Seth pretty much, got out of it. He went with a super kick. He curb stomped him onto the the mallet. And now this is where it just gets really repetitive through this. What happens? Rollins hits with super kicks. He hits him with a curb stomp. Fans boo. More curb stomps. 3 curb stomps, by the way. Wyatt gets back up. Pedigree. Covers him. Kicks out at 1 again. He did 9 curb stomps. Okay? 9. And what does Seth do? He does 9 curb stomps, right? Instead of pinning him, he gets a chair. He goes to him, does the chair like this. He kicks him to make sure he's dead if he's down. So what does Seth do? He takes the chair, he smashes it into Wyatt's head, and covers with a 2 count. Then Seth is surprised. He takes the chair, puts it on his face, gets a ladder from under the ring, hits Wyatt with it, smashes the ladder into the chair on his face, kick out again. So what does he do? He gets a toolbox then from under the ring, sets the chair and the ladder back on. It's like he's trying to kill Nemesis from Resident Evil now to make sure he's dead, but it's like he keeps getting back up. Did Bray Wyatt become Jason now that you can't kill him? And it's like he hits him with the toolbox repeatedly. Fans boo. The crowd starts to turn on this match. And then, he beats him again. And then what is Rollins like? It's like he's hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink. This goes on for almost 10 minutes, okay, people? What does he do? He gets a sledgehammer. And then here's the thing that doesn't make more sense. The referee begged Seth Rollins, don't do it. And what does he do? It's like, well, first off, this is a no disqualification match. This is a Hell in a Cell match. So why is the referee begging Seth Rollins to not hit him with the sledgehammer? Why is he begging him? I don't understand this. Dude, anything goes in there. So Seth hits him with the sledgehammer, and the referee calls the bell. So 2 years in a row, people. 2 years in a row, you get a DQ finish in a Hell in a Cell match. What sense does that make? I don't understand it. I don't get it. 2 years in a row. A disqualification in a Hell in a Cell match where anything goes. Are these niggas this stupid? Because basically this company is. Alright? This is basically what these are. These niggas is this stupid. They really are. And so it's like, this is a way you protect Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins without any of them losing. This was a horrible way to go at it, by the way. And the fans start booing. There's several bullshit chants. EMTs come out. Oh, but then all of a sudden, Bray Wyatt rises up like he's the freaking Undertaker. Then hits him with the mandible claw. And then fans start chanting very loud AEW chants all over the place. Please hurt Seth chants. Restart the match chants. Refund chants. Lots and lots of chants. So Seth hit him with everything but the kitchen sink, but now Wyatt gets up, hits a mandible claw, and his sister Abigail on the outside of the stage, and then this is so hard. And the funny thing is, even the match is over, you still get this stupid red mood lighting. Why y'all keep going? Why? You can't see anything as it is. So what? There's no blood. It looks like anyone's bleeding or anything. So what did they do then after the sister Abigail? They gotta do the light thing with Wyatt and do the mandible claw again. And then he's back at the top of the stage. And then and you hear the crowd booing and chanting AEW. And there's just boos as the show blacks out. This was a horrible finish. This was a god-awful match. This looked like crap. Okay, the red lighting made it horrible. Seth doing everything in his power to kill the guy instead of pin him made no sense. The referee calling for a DQ finish in a Hell in a Cell match. It didn't make sense to me last year, and it don't make sense to me now this year. 2 years in a row, they don't learn anything. They learn nothing. Okay, so yeah. To a DQ finish. Then Wyatt rises up like nothing happens and kills Seth then. After Seth used everything in the kitchen sink. I don't even want to see another match. If you were to go put the belt on Wyatt, was this the way of protecting him or any of these two? You might as well put the belt on Wyatt if you was going to do all that. He might as well just rose up after the sledgehammer shot, hit the sister Abigail, and then in the match. And just give the belt if that dude was going to happen. Because the fans just did not care. They turned on this match. They turned on both of them. They turned on Seth when they said, please hurt Seth. Just horrible, okay? Now, listen, I blame creative. It is several people you can blame from this. At the end of the day, yeah, I know it's going to be Vince, so don't try to come say, well, at the end of the day, it's Vince. Yeah, I know that, all right? but I blame either Vince, Dunn, creative, and I know Bray Wyatt has control of this character too. I don't know how much he had any to do with it, but I swear to God, if he came up with that red lighting, I'm putting blame on him too for this match too. This was a horrible, god awful finish. You know, I thought the one last year was horrible with Roman and Strowman when they were when the Shield and Ziggler and what was the McIntyre at the time came out and they fought all over the cage on top of it, and Roman and Strowman took a nap, but Brock Lesnar comes out, interferes, and that's how the match ends, because Brock comes out and beats up both of them in a DQ finish. This is probably worse than last year's finish, okay? This is probably worse than last year's finish, alright? So at the end of the day, who got over in this? Who really got over? Nobody got over, because it sucked. This match sucked. It's horrible. This pay-per-view was horrible. This is what happens when you don't build anything else. The only thing that was watchable on this show was the Women's Hell in a Cell and the Tornado Tag Team match, okay? After that, the entire show peaked. I'm honestly surprised you even got 2 title changes on this show. Women's tag belts no one cares about, and Charlotte so she can get 10 times the title reign, but in a way, I can probably tell this was a Fox move if necessary, okay? It most likely was. Honestly, this show is horrible, because as soon as I'm done with this review, I am going to watch Power and The Walking Dead, because, by the way, the season premiere of The Walking Dead, by the way, too. I'm sure this was way better than what we saw tonight, but this main event looked like dog crap, okay? Just all these random filler... my God, we got 2 DQ finishes. This one and that tag team match earlier on the night too. So yeah, that's 2 DQ finishes. Oh yeah, we saw a 24/7 title change hands too. So you might as well count that also. But hey, I don't know, man. Some people can say the draft cannot come soon enough, but sometimes I wonder, are things really gonna get better after the draft? I don't know. I can't tell with this company nowadays. They just, so much for their premiere week, if you ask me. Because if we all know, Raw was horrible last week. NXT was good, so I can't really go against that much. If you want to go put them in AEW in their own category. And SmackDown, that was not really good after The Rock, because that show fell off after. And I don't even need to get into the whole Kofi Kingston and Brock Lesnar debacle and Cain Velasquez right now, but... this match, I don't know. I don't even want to see another Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins match, because what y'all gonna do, man? Y'all gonna go in the crown jewel with this now? No, they can't do it there, because our Seth's already in that Team Hogan and Flair match. What is the next pay-per-view? Is it Survivor Series? Because that's not till November. So, when is the next title match? I wonder, because this finish looked like crap. Alright? Just so many things, but that red lighting just had me, man. The fact that they had this looking like a Sin Cara match out there just made it very difficult to watch, which I was wondering, like, who came up with this idea? Listen, I know Halloween is this month, and October is supposed to be scary. It's already going to be scary when you play Crown Jewel that day, but, listen, what are you trying to fit the theme of Halloween? Is Bray Wyatt Jason now? Is he what is he, a zombie? I can't even say zombie. Is he Nemesis from Resident Evil? He's just like some giant dude. He's like you shoot everything at him and he will not go down. He just gets back up. No sells everything. So I don't know, man. This pay-per-view, man, this just... woo, man, Impact can't come soon enough to Access TV. I'll say that too. They cannot come soon enough to Access TV. I might as well just go for Bound for Glory. I think I'm set up on my decision about that too now also. But listen, man, Hell in a Cell, this show sucked. Okay, out of 2 matches, the rest of this was either filler, weird title changes, or just horrible bad finishes in bad matches to wonder, why do you even care? That's basically what I can say about the rest of the show. But this is what happens when you have only 3 matches advertised for a pay-per-view and then announce everything at 5 in the last 5 minutes, from out of nowhere with no build. So this is what you get. This is honestly what you get out of this shit show. Alright? Tell you, man, this company don't learn. These niggas do not learn, man. Unlike everybody else. Fire the creative team. I don't care who you blame. Vince, creative. Tell you something before, man. Some of these people just don't know about wrestling sometimes. Alright? But other than that, I'm done with this show. I'm out of here. Comment, subscribe. Master Bryce 890. Follow me on Twitter at Hooded Knight 890 also. I'm off to watch Power and The Walking Dead. You know it's me, the HWD News Reviews. Know I am. Know what I do. I don't know how much I can do. I need to go check my mail or email or try to get money because of some bail. I'm done with this review of Hell in a Cell. I'm out of here. I'll check y'all later. By God, this show is horrible.